Well, we're back in country, boys and girls, and this time we are actually hunting for a potential terrorist training camp in one of these locations. Now, the first thing, of course, we're going to do is send the drone over, just get an aerial view, and see if there's anything actually here, or maybe it's just some bad intel we've received. We either have to send in men on the ground or simply just strike these guys from up above and take them out that way. Whatever works as far as I'm concerned. Let's get a look at the situation. I'm already starting to see technicals here, a bunch of terrorists in this location. Now, it does look like, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't look like a civilian area. This right here just looks like a straight up training camp. So I think we got to bring in something heavy to really take them out. And I think the best thing for that is going to be the Moab, the mother of all bombs, to completely decimate this camp. Let's hope for the best, boys, and I really think that this is going to clear it out. I just hope there aren't any civilians here, although I'm almost certain that this is going to be entirely terrorists. So we'll get over here on the normal view, and we shall return when the bomb is arriving. Spare no one, boys. You can see they're walking around. They have no idea what's about to hit them. But we got several technicals and a bunch of terrorists here. Off she goes. Freedom is arriving. And there we go, boys. Completely annihilated there. That has to be a complete kill on all of them. If we want, we could also call in, just to be safe, an Apache. We're going to call an Apache just to kind of roll through the area and clean her up. But I think that we are pretty much good to go, guys. So let's go ahead, head out of here. And we're going to now send the drone over to the next location, the next terrorist training camp location. That's right. It's going to be coming in from a different base, but I want to make sure that we knock out all these targets so that we make this place truly safe. And of course, that's another reason why we are going to send that Apache in, just to knock out any potential terrorists still remaining alive in that sector. In fact, we could assign some units to it, though I didn't really want to dedicate too much to this. So let me just send a Cougar, something that can transport 2. Send a Cougar and a Max Pro. Heavy infantry is going to have to walk, but I really don't think we have to send much over there because I only saw one enemy fighter still alive. So hopefully that's something the Apache can take care of. Alright, boys, approaching target. Prepare. Alright, boys, we've got yet another drone feed on this location. But I have to say I'm a little less certain about this one. I'm not sure if there are civilians here. It does seem like purely terrorists, but I think it's going to be safe to actually call in the boys to take these guys on. In other words, go ahead, assign some units, and pretty much attack this area. Sometimes you just got to go in, what can I say, on the ground to wipe out the local threat, and I think that's the situation here. Let's send in Special Ops, Veteran Heavy Infantry. In fact, we're going to send in the whole damn team here. Send them an MRAP Cougar, a MAT V. I was hoping we would have something for mines, but unfortunately that's at the other base. So we're going to have to do... Oh, there we go. We've actually got an MRAP Buffalo. Let's start the attack, boys. We'll get in there when it actually commences. I want to actually see our boys on the ground taking on the enemy here. And hopefully we can provide some air support, but not necessarily. Over here you can see that I've actually sent a few more units, including soldiers and ordnance detection vehicles, to the new base, because we need some support to start checking out these villages. Apparently a lot of them are currently being actually governed by the Taliban. We must put an end to that, folks. So there we go, one of them down, one of the training camps down, and apparently we've got another mission all the way out here. Thunderstruck. We do not negotiate with terrorists. However, it should be remembered that the fight will take place in an area inhabited by civilians. So command has suggested limited use of heavy units and close air support. Damn. That we have to deal with in a bit. Let's focus on this mission first. But certainly that sounds like it's going to be a tough one. I want to see how our boys perform in combat here, and that's why we're going to get up close and personal as they're arriving. Let's take a look at the drone feed. I might bring in some helicopters, but even that I'm kind of worried about. I don't want our choppers to get shot down here. There we go. Our boys are arriving. The cavalry's coming. And when they get close, guys, we shall return and check out the fight. I'm going to fast forward here. And that's why we occasionally get edits in the video. All right, guys, we are calling in some Blackhawks. I think it's fair simply because we've actually got our infantry arriving. Although I did call them in, I think maybe a little bit too early. We'll have to wait and see. But in any case, Blackhawks are on the way to try and take on the terrorist threat. We could try to get an F-16 strike here. I'm going to try just to take out one of the technicals, but I'm going to make sure that it's away from any of the buildings.
Support request received.
Let's see what happens, folks. We're putting everything in on this attack, of course. Want to make sure that this actually works out well, but again, I was a little premature with those Blackhawks. Let's hope I wasn't so premature with the F-16 strike, and at least we can knock out quite a few of the insurgents here and not hurt any civilians. The F-16 is much more targeted. It's a smaller strike, but unfortunately, we're not going to be hitting any of the infantry, and there's a lot of enemy infantry over here. Hitting the technical, though, or what's called here the insurgent pickup, I think it's going to help us out quite a lot. Let's do it, boys. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy these War Room videos, my friends. Okay, it looks like we did hit some civvies. We destroyed a building right here. That is unfortunate. Hopefully it's not a massive number of civilians, and just a couple. Yeah, I know it's still awful, but it happens in war, and our men are getting ever closer here. So let's see if our men can actually arrive. We're not going to send in any more strikes. The Blackhawks are coming in. They might even be able to clear up the area themselves. But of course, that never helps. Still plenty of light insurgents in the area. The technicals are completely destroyed. 2 buildings at the front of the village. Yeah. We got our first Black Hawk arriving right now, and the men are still a ways off. I'd say they're still about an hour away, or half an hour away in game time. But there it is. The Black Hawk is approaching. Immediately, he spotted some targets there. Let's just hope these guys can hold their own. We don't need down choppers out here. We need these guys to hold on till the end. Yeah, there are a hell of a lot of them. They're just firing small arms at us right now. Fire, boys. I'd really prefer they just use the machine guns here, but they are doing an amazing job. Look at that. We've already cleared out every single one of the insurgents right there. It looks like about 3 more. No! That's going to be civvy casualties for sure. Actually going right past them and actually hitting a building. Not what I'm looking for, boys. And our infantry haven't even arrived. They're going to have a very easy job after we demolish this terrorist training camp. That's what we're going to call it to the media. If the media asked, this was all a terrorist training camp. It looks like 2 insurgents left alive. I can even let the Blackhawks get out of here if they want. They're still going to try to go for that kill, but they need that small arms fire, that machine gun fire to take out that insurgent, I believe. And there go the Blackhawks. At least they survived. They lived to fight another day. That's what's important, and it looks like just 2 insurgents, possibly 3. I think it's just 2. Before our team arrives to finish them off entirely. And that's the after-action report right there, guys. It could have been much worse. Oh, sorry, this is just the first trick-or-treat after-action report. We did actually increase the security of the area, and not enough civilian casualties to affect us too much. So maybe 2 or 3, still, of course, unacceptable. But these are, unfortunately, you know, as you can see here, sort of the risks of war, as it were. Looks like we've got an ambush here. Okay, so our troops are actually taking fire. This is the location we sent them to over there. But it looks like right now, the terrorists have sent some reinforcements to try and harass our team. Let's see what's going on here immediately. It's the last thing we need. I can already hear the gunshots all over the damn place. Where are they, boys? Where are they? There we go. There we go. Alright, this is our boys right here. And look at that. 2 insurgent technicals. That's right. Popping up out of nowhere to engage. What do you think? I think our boys can handle this without air support. Yeah, we're not going to call out any air support. We're just going to see how our boys deal with this situation. RPG, and that is a mission success, my friends. As you can see, 8 enemies killed in action, and more boost to security. Popularity remains the same, so again, at least we didn't get any civilians there on that attack. We will return with the drone and keep on hunting for the enemy. It's tough keeping peace in Afghanistan, but hell, it's a job I do enjoy. Now, of course, we could go for this next terrorist target. The difficulty is going to be pretty high, actually. But again, this is a civilian area, so if I'm going to go in, I'm likely only going to be going in with my infantry, etc. I don't know if I'm going to be supporting it with any sort of airstrikes, because I want to avoid any unnecessary damage. As for the terrorist hunt, we've wiped out quite a few of them, so if we could take yet another off the list, that would be absolutely wonderful. Let's get to it. Now, sometimes just looking for a terrorist leader, guys, we have to select specific targets. You can see in this massive city, we're actually just trying to get a scanned view here of this gentleman. He could be our target, he could not be. And just getting a visual on him is tough. I'm going to zoom out just a bit there. There we go. And that's a result negative on that target as well. So again, we're here searching for a terrorist leader. But I see no correct targets, at least in this particular village. Wait a minute. Potentially just saw another target that we haven't inspected. And that is him. My goodness, guys. The hunt begins. This is horrifying. Now, the problem here is, of course, the fact that we are in a village, number one. So we're going to have to actually send some people here to capture this guy, no doubt about it. Just take a look here. Just want to make sure that that drone feed, I want to see if we can actually spot any terrorists, or if it's just going to be villagers. And I think it is just going to be villagers. So maybe we don't actually go after him now. Maybe we go after him later. But we know essentially where he's going to be. Alright, so we do get a mission success there. Let's return. Finally, the location of Abdul Ghani, the ghost, has been revealed, guys. So, he changes locations quite often. Let's send a drone to his current location, obviously. On top of that, we are going to definitely send some actual troops out there. Everybody we've only got 4 troops. The other ones are dealing with a separate situation at this base. So this is going to have to do it. We're going to definitely desire and need air support for this fight. Let's take a look. Let's see how far away our boys are. Alright, we got quite a few approaching here. And as soon as they get into combat... There we go. Let's take a look at this situation. Definitely trying to avoid civilian casualties. And I wish not every single one of our teams was busy right now, because this is probably going to be an interesting fight. Wow, lots of insurgents, guys. All over the place, insurgents. This is crazy. This is not what I was expecting one bit. There's our team arriving. We are going to have to drop bombs big time, guys. This is not, we're not playing around here. F-16s all over the damn place. They are in the field, so I'm trying to keep away from the buildings. But we are definitely going to call in quite a few F-16 strikes. Let's call in an AC-130 right up the center here. I don't know if our boys can survive this one. Better call in some Apache helicopters. I'm amazed with just how many terrorists are in this sector. So many insurgents here. Here we go, boys. The F-16s are on the way. We're going to get back to normal view to just take a look at the village from sort of a real-time view here. Hit 'em, boys. The forces are evenly matched. There's a nice hit.
Have a good one. Bombs away.
Beautiful hit there. Absolutely beautiful hit. Another F-16. We did inflict some civilian casualties, and how can we not in a situation like this? But I like to think... Oh, I was going to say I like to think we did pretty good. 7 is bad, and I think that's because of the AC-130 gun run. But there are so many insurgents in this place, we barely knew. It looks like we wiped out the majority of them over here, and now our men are winning this battle decisively. Of course, we can't avoid the civilian casualties we get by hitting, you know, buildings like that with RPGs. But we are going to keep up the fire, and of course we've got Apaches on the way to support this attack, guys. I want to take this guy prisoner, and I want to make it happen right now. Hopefully the president can pardon us later for these awful actions. It had to be done, boys. Our men would not have survived. There's no way. And there we go. The encounter is a success. 10 enemies killed in action. Not bad. Unfortunately, of course, some civilians did get killed during that mission, but we actually came out on top of the ghost trap attack. So there we go, guys. 30+ security in the sector, but we're not doing anything for our popularity. Luckily, I think it was acceptable casualties, because if you go over, you actually start losing HQ trust and popularity, whereas here, it just remained neutral. People are liking the fact that we're wiping out terrorist leaders, but hating the fact that we're also hurting them in the process. And because of that, we also get no SP for it. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one, soldier.